What did you do this summer that was fun, that maybe changed your life?
What we do is line up, get our jackets on.
For a few Northern California kids, this summer may be remembered as the moment they grew up. For a few magical hours, these survivors of the inner city are about to become sailors. Adult mentors like Detective Charles Blackwell volunteer their time and love to steer these teenagers down a new road.
It takes a lot of work, and it all comes from exposure. If you never expose anything, you don't see it, you don't know what to do with it.
In Greek mythology, the Pegasus was a winged horse. This Pegasus flies a little closer to the ground.
As we come around, go ahead and pull out the ship.
This 51-foot ketch is owned by Berkeley's nonprofit Nautilus Institute. Kids like Esteban, who've never been on the water before, are invited aboard for a cruise of the bay. And once they get their feet wet, they're put to work. How does it feel to be in charge of something this big?
It feels cool. I like it. It makes me feel responsible.
It's absolutely critical to their self-esteem that they actually see the hands-on work. They actually get to actually do the physical tasks on the boat, learn the skills, gain the physical dexterity, and be seen to be doing it by their peer group, as well as by the adults on board. So
one of the biggest lessons these kids have to learn aboard Pegasus is to get along together and work together. This boat is just 45 feet on deck, so it's a tight squeeze. What do they remember a year or two after this?
They're going to remember teamwork probably more than anything else, because it does take a lot of individual effort, but you have to really work together as a team.
I heard also that the girls were giving the boys orders, and that was not something the boys were ever used to getting.
Yeah, this is really great. We divide up all the tasks very evenly. We don't put any emphasis on one sector or the other, and so everybody pulls their share.
One of the rites of passage for these young seafarers is a trip out onto the bow to face the wind and the water.
not only do they actually overcome that fear, but they actually learn something usually by going out there, because that's where you're really open to the environment, the marine environment. That's where a lot of kids learn for the first time that the ocean is salty, because they get the ocean spray in their face. They didn't know there was salt in the ocean, they taste it.
A lot of times, the first time was kind of scary, but after a while, it's like, no big deal.
You learn a lot of stuff out here that can translate to other things, like, you know, teamwork, tying knots, just being on your toes, and learn how to stay warm when you're wet.
These are what social workers call at-risk kids. Some have dropped in and out of school, others have grown up exposed to crime. So conquering the ocean and their own fears may be the first two battles they've ever won.
A lot of these kids come from families where they're single parent. Some of these kids have a father in San Quentin or some other prison. So they really don't have any hope.
No dream.
No dream.
Straighten out, man.
We watched these young faces light up with newfound confidence as they found harmony with Pegasus, as they looked out and saw the beauty of the bay and learned that some adults really do care. In just a few hours, kids with little hope have turned into sailors looking at the horizon.
Amazed how well they're doing. The lingo, the steering is amazing.
They like the responsibility.
Yeah, I think they really do.
Some of these cruises last a day, others take the kids out overnight. And if they want to come back again and again, that's okay too. And some kids even invite their friends aboard. The only rules on Pegasus are be safe, work hard, and respect the experience.
I think they learn to share, and that's the most important thing. Learn to share and learn to appreciate other people's rights and their properties and stuff like that, because you expose them to other people's things, and you say that they can see that in time they can have things like that too.
So is there a future ship's captain in this young crew? The mentors say it's a little too early to tell, but if these kids have just learned how to dream today, then their lives have already changed for the better. On special assignment aboard Pegasus, John Iender, KOVR 13 News.